Good day, athletes. Coach Ricky here. This video is about mental toughness. As you can see in the description, and it is supposed to help athletes achieve their goals, transcend from their perceived capabilities to a new level of capabilities, and perform at a high level. Hope this video helps. Hope you watch it more than once. And yeah, let's get into it. I have a notebook here. I ramble a lot. I don't consider it a weakness. I just want to make sure I don't lose you because I know I can go off tangent a little bit. I just want to make sure I'm more concise. As I said, this video is about mental toughness, and it's a very complex topic to touch on because it, at some level, especially when you explore it, it breaks the barrier of what we believe is possible and feasible, and it can only be confirmed once you perform at the level of which you planned to in the beginning and attain what you wanted. Therefore, it means that it's only reserved for a few. Why do I say this? There's only a few that can get to a podium finish. It's 3 people, right? There can be 2,200 whatever athletes in the division, but only 3 people can get to a place where they've planned a goal, they've worked towards a goal, and they achieve a goal, and they get the reward for it, which is a podium, right? In Formula One. In football, there's only one team that lifts a trophy. Rugby, all those other teams. Only one team that wins a trophy. The others walk away with silver medals. So to get to that point, you need to transcend mentally into a different space. So I want you to be open-minded, and I want you to reference your favorite athletes, your favorite sporting performances, uh, and the things that you've seen with your own 2 eyes. Right? The first point of mental toughness, right, is identity. Identity dictates what the target is for the person, hence what is that they're going to achieve, right? And identity is broken up into 4 different parts, according to me. It is beliefs, thoughts, focus, and emotions, right? What what are you? What do you believe about yourself, right? What do you believe you can achieve? What do you believe you can? What outcome do you see yourself getting, right? What are the thoughts that you hold when you're training, right? What are the thoughts that you hold about yourself when you're training? What are the thoughts of yourself that you hold when you're racing, getting into a match, whatever it may be? What do you focus on when you're training? Are you focusing on your homework? Are you focusing on your schoolwork? Are you focusing on whatever? Are you focusing on the action of the day, right? Um, what is your focus when you're training? Are you focused as an athlete, or is focused as a casual athlete, a person that just does this for to pass time? And the biggest anchor of all 3 of these, identity, beliefs, thoughts, and focus, is emotion. What emotions do you hold towards that? Are you a confident person? Are you confident in yourself? Are you sure in yourself? Borderline, there's a line between confidence and arrogance, and I'll explain that one later. But are you confident in yourself, or do you have fear? Do you have anxiety? Do you let those emotions get a hold of you? That, in the first part of mental toughness, dictates what you're going to do in training, and it dictates what you're eventually going to do in performance day. What do I mean? Mental toughness is the key ingredient, the key component in the output phase of the training phase. It is very key, and it dictates the process training, the intensity of the process, the training, the the ability to break down walls, the goal orientatedness of the training, and it ultimately dictates the output. Again, mental toughness is the key input variable of the equation. Very key is the input, and it dictates the process, what's going to happen in the middle, towards the output. Without it, nothing happens. So in your identity, if you're a fearful person, right, it means that even when you train with fear. Fear of the pain. What's going to happen when I hit the wall? What's going to happen when my knee starts getting sore again? What's going to happen when my elbow starts getting sore again? What's going to happen when I start getting headaches? What's going to happen when I do this? And the fear stops you from transcending and achieving the goals. But the person that believes that whatever happens, whatever barrier that I hit, right, I'm going to transcend, right? I need to get to my PB. There are those who look at their personal goals as needs, not as wants. So with that person, sorry if my voice starts breaking, I just come out of flu. It determines their focus. What do they focus on when they get to training? And there's a difference in focus. There's a difference between those people who come to training and those who show up for training. Those who show up for training are the ones that get challenged and they break through those challenges. Right? So it dictates a lot of things, this identity thing. And the identity, if you look at all the best athletes in the world and you listen to the interviews, I look at people like Serena Williams, right? Serena Williams is not just the best female athlete I've ever seen. She's the best athlete of all time, right? She used to say things like, I hate losing. For some people, that's arrogant, right? But that mental frame of hating to lose dictates how hard she worked in the training, right? It made sure that she trained so hard because she was trying to divorce herself from losing as far as possible, right? And I'll give you a story. I might miss it because I last watched tennis Serena Williams play a long time ago, but her and Maria Sharapova beat Serena Williams once, right, in an instance. And for her to get a win over Serena, I think it was 17 games afterwards, right? Because Serena trained so hard that she made sure it never happened again. And I think in the 23 times that they've played, Maria Sharapova has only won against Serena 3 times, and Serena has won 20 times. Another favorite of mine is Rassie Rasmus of the South African ring coaching, rugby coaching union, where for some people pressure breaks them, but he says pressure is privilege, right? You're in a privileged position to play rugby for your country, right? To represent your country. There are a lot of people that want to be in your position to be able to earn a cap, wear the green jersey. So those who crumble under pressure, then you don't deserve that spot, then give that spot to somebody else that deserves it, right? That's all about identity. He's trying to shift the identity of the players because when you get on the field and you crumble under the pressure, then you shouldn't be there. Because there's so many people, so many schoolboys who are training to be in the position that you are. You get what I'm saying? And they want to do better than what you're doing for their country to wear the green and gold, you know? Number 2 point that I want to share about mental toughness is the difference between hopes and dreams, I would like, and goals. Now, the identity that you hold is, again, beliefs, thoughts, focus, all anchored by emotions, determines at which level you operate in. Are you operating as a goal-oriented person, or are you operating as a person that, man, it'd be nice to lift a trophy one day. It'd be nice to get a medal one day. It'd be nice to be on the podium at SA Champs. It'd be nice to be at a podium at the Championship Regatta. It'd be nice to get a trophy one day in a championship sport. To those who, I want to get the medal. What are the steps that I need to get this medal? How long do I need to train to get this medal? What barriers do I need to get through to get this medal? And achieving that. Again, it's the input, right? It's the goal. It determines how they show up at training. Like I said, there's a difference between those who come to training and those who show up. If you come to training, good, you just marked off the register, you came. But those who show up, the ones with the goals, they come to training and they crush it. They come to training, they get beaten up by the barriers, they get beaten by the pain, the lactic acid, the missing on the goals. They get beaten up, but they come back, and they come back with a new strategy. They come back with a new plan. They learn themselves. They learn their bodies. Their knee is painful. They strap it up. They learn how to maneuver through the pain to get to the goal, and they do that consistently every day. And those people don't work on major changes. They work on getting 1% better each day. That's another key component about being a great athlete. Improvement is not a big chunk where you're improving 10% every day. That's not how improvement works. You're improving a small percentage each day, 0.01, 1%, 2%, 0.02. You're improving little bits, but the thing that's on your side is compound interest. You banking that improvement. You keep banking that improvement. You keep banking that improvement until it comes performance day, regatta day, match day, where all those improvements that you worked on, they compound in your favor, right? And again, this is for select people. There's only reason why only a select few people get to the podium. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, the people that show up to training, they're the ones that get those results, right? They're the ones that understand it's never going to be easy. It's not meant to be easy, but I'm meant to get what I need to get. In the introduction of athletes, when athletes come into the sport, whatever sport that they come to, this is where the split, I believe, happens. There are those athletes who come into a sport and they're talented. They're spotted by a coach, right? They see their talent and they're validated from day one, right? To say, hey, you've got the right height. Hey, you're strong enough. Hey, you've got the right skills. You can kick a ball. Hey, you're very, very fit, or whatever it may be. And from that point, that validation is the identity that person works at that allows them to continue to become a great athlete. It happens a lot in sports. Someone comes to the football field for the first time, they kick a ball, a coach sees them, they're like, hey, this guy's good at what he does. They tell the parents, they tell the child, and that's how it works. But there's another branch of people that come into a sport, not really talented, not really have the right attributes of what it makes a great athlete, but hey man, they love it, they work at it. In that divide, there's a divide. There are those who don't get the validation, but they just keep coming to the sports because their friends are there. They'll do it because they're friends. They'll do it for the plot, My friends are here, I'll do it. Or it's a good thing to pass time. And therefore, they will have that mental model of a person who's just doing the sport casually. Then there'll be those who work at it, right? They'll see the talented people, but they don't see them as invincibles. They see as people that they can attack. They see themselves as being able to improve to the levels of which they can become those podium individuals, right? Now, another divide of that is the ones who are quote unquote realistic and the ones who push through barriers. Like I said, you need to be open-minded about this. Those who are realistic, right, who say, I can't do this, I'm trying to be realistic, trying to be smart, they're the ones that don't achieve anything. And being realistic, honestly, is a waste of time. I think if you're trying to be realistic and you're postponing your goals because you're realistic, I think quit the sport now because you're not going to achieve anything. It's a very blunt thing to say, but it's a very honest thing to say because you're always going to be realistic, right? You're always going to choose the real path. And realistic just means safe. Realistic just means I am not looking forward to being disappointed because the disappointment to you will break you. So instead of playing it safe, just quit the sport, stop doing it, and do something else. Those who are not realistic are goal-orientated. They played outside the safe zones. They played in the zones where it's anti what is acceptable. Because the only way to achieve what you want to achieve, you need to play outside that mold, right? If you look at every invention that we have, right? 100 years ago, 200 years ago, it was a pipe dream. Right now I'm recording you on a cell phone. You're probably going to watch this on a cell phone. 200 years ago, that was a pipe dream. We look at it like it is something that is normal. No, it was not normal for somebody to invent a big block phone at the time to something that can give you turn by turn GPS, does text messages, does phone calls, can shoot videos in 4K, can shoot pictures, store those pictures, connect with the cloud, send those documents all over the world, and everything else. We look at it like it's normal. It's not normal. Flight is not normal. Being in a tin can in the sky, 31,000 feet in the air, flying to Cape Town in 2 hours, 1,800, 1,600 kilometers from Johannesburg. It's not normal. We look at it as normal. But at some point, there were two guys called the Wright brothers who were not realistic, who wanted something different for themselves, who saw a different outcome to what was normal, right? Who didn't play it safe. And because of those two brothers and the successful flight thereafter, we have flight today. Flying is very much normal. Getting to London, saying I'm going to get into a boat and go to London is the abnormal thing to do now, right? Today, the normal thing to say when I'm going to London is I'm going to fly to London, right? It's a very normal thing to do. And it goes to my final point, which is Luke 17, verse 21. It goes something like, the kingdom of God is found within you. Going back to the Wright brothers, there are those who are realistic and those who are governed by their imagination and their goals, right? Imagination is a key component of becoming a successful athlete, I believe, right? Because not every athlete starts with 0 medals. Every athlete starts with 0 medals, 0 wins, 0 championships, 0 leagues, 0 everything. You start off with an imagination. You get into the water, you pedal a little bit, you like it, right? You're like, maybe I can win this thing. Go back to my first point. Some of you guys are, my points that I mentioned, some of you guys are athletes whether you're validated by a coach for first day, some of you guys are not, but then you like the sport, you keep going, right? But there's something within you that propels you to go forward, right? The book of Luke 17, verse 21, which speaks about the kingdom of God within you. There's a point I want to highlight. You cannot control factors that are external of you. Once it's external of you, it is out of your control, right? And once it's out of your control, there's nothing you can do about it, right? If you're talking about they have better facilities, then become a billionaire and buy better facilities and start training. Stop making the excuse, right? They've got better boats, then become a billionaire, buy boats and start training. Stop making the excuse. Stop putting it out there like it's some great revelation that people want to hear. Nobody wants to hear excuses. There are those who make it on time. They'll say that opportunities come to those who make plans around whatever excuse that there is. There's a guy that will say, you know what, I was late because of traffic, and it will be true. Every excuse is valid. Every excuse under the sun is valid. But it goes on the person who determines the outcome. Like I said, there'll be a person who will come and say, I was late because of traffic. It will be true. There was a lot of traffic in Sandton, and it caused you to be late. But there's a guy who knows that there's traffic in Sandton, and they'll wake up earlier and miss the traffic and get to the appointment on time. The opportunity will go to that person because that person will be respected as a person that makes a plan. If it's external of you, then don't try to control it. Don't try to control the other athlete. Don't try to control the other athlete's wins and losses and whatever it may be. Control your goals and your input towards your goals. Control what you can do about it, right? At some point, those things will come to you. You will get an opportunity. If you have the person where a person can see a potential, somebody will give you a better boat, loan you a better boat. Somebody will buy you spikes, loan you spikes to see that, no, this person is capable and I believe in their ability, right? But you need to get to the point where the person who's got a trained eye can see. If you're a footballer and you don't have football shoes, start kicking the ball until somebody sees that this person's got talent. Let's buy him the shoes. Whatever the universe will conspire to give you. But everything that you have, that you will get, comes from within you. from the actions you take from within you. There's nothing that you can work on outside. Right? Like I said, if you can do it from the outside, then just buy out the competition. But if you can't, don't make the excuse. Right? And when I say the Bible says the kingdom of God is within you, there is a point where you've, like I said, you've got 0 medals, 0 achievements, 0 everything. But within you, there's an athlete that does all of that. And there's also an athlete that does nothing within you. Within you, there's an athlete that pushes through the barrier of the headaches, the knee aches, the pain. And there's an athlete who punks out once it becomes painful. Within you, there's an athlete who breaks through the barriers of lactic acid, the barriers of the pain of trying to hit a new personal best. You know, you're trying to run at a specific split. You're trying to get to a specific 2K time. You're trying to build your endurance, your VO2 max, whatever it may be, right? Within you, there is that athlete. And within you, there's an athlete that does nothing, that squanders the opportunities that they're supposed to get. You choose which athlete you're going to become. And you don't choose that athlete once. You choose that athlete every day. Every day you choose that athlete. Every day when you train, when you show up, not just come to train, when you show up, you choose which athlete you want to become. Right? When the barriers are tough, when the session is hard, when the coach is not there anymore, when the heat is there, when there's no parents backing you, when you're alone in the water, you choose. Are you going to focus on the things when your coach is not looking at you? Are you the athlete that's going to slack because coach is not watching? Or are you going to continue to do that deep squat? Make sure that you connect, right? Are you going to do the proper technique? Are you going to do the proper push-up even though coach is not watching? So that you get the best form, you can get better arms. Are you going to be the athlete that's going to slack because nobody's watching you? Or the athlete that's going to choose to become better? That athlete is within you. Coach Ricky, I hope this video was not too long. Signing out.